Morning everybody, Ryan Hokinson here again with you. I'm so grateful to be here, so grateful to be with you, be able to spend this few minutes with you. Again, this is a video blog. I decided that a lot of people really enjoyed that, so I want to take a little more time to do another video blog. This morning, I'm going to take a few minutes to talk about the importance of optimism in discovering the power of today. Optimism is something that's really important. So many times we forget that we need to be happy, that we need to be thankful for the things that we do have and not worry about the things that we don't have. We often think about all those things we don't have, and so we get pessimistic, we get down, we get frustrated with life, and therefore we can't accomplish the things that we really want to accomplish because of our attitude. So one of the first things that we need to make sure we do is that we acknowledge what we do have. We need to make sure that we're looking and being thankful for what we do have. When we start doing the things that we need to do each day, we find that sometimes, or I've found sometimes in my life, that I go about doing things and then I get to a point and I think, well, I can't do this. I don't have enough money, I don't have enough time, I don't have the talent, I don't have this, I don't have that. And I think about the things I don't have instead of acknowledging the things that I do have. I was just reading yesterday a little bit, and it was talking about how in the beginning, how did we start out? A lot of times we've come to this point in our lives where we don't have an imagination anymore. We don't think through the things, through the problems that we have. We don't find a way to get things done. And so what I was reading, was talking about how in the beginning, people didn't have hammers. They didn't have houses like we have. They didn't have the amenities that we have. They didn't have ovens. They didn't have all these different things. And so they had to invent them. They had to creatively think about the things that they did have and make those things work. Probably the first hammer was a rock. I mean, think of how it would have been to pound a stake into the ground with your hand. Probably not very fun, right? So they found a rock and they made it work. Eventually they turned to making hammers and therefore increased the power that they had to do things. So a lot of times we think, well, I don't have a certain thing, I don't have a certain talent, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money, so I'm just not going to do it. When really we should be thinking, well, how can I do this thing so in time I will have more time, I will have more means, more money to do the things that I want to do. But we have to start. If we don't start, then we won't ever get to the place where we can move forward at a faster rate. And optimism has a lot to do with that. We need to be focused, again, on what we have, be thankful for it, and work really hard to use that to push us along. I really like a quote of Epictetus. He said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things that he has not, but rejoices for the things that he has." So there is wisdom in being grateful for the things we have, and just put those things that we don't have, put them out of our mind. We have to remember that we can only control what we do have. We can only control certain things. If we don't have something, it does no good to grieve for it. It does no good to think about it, because that's actually just extra time wasted. And then we go and complain, oh, I didn't have enough time. So many times we sit around thinking, well, I can't do it because of this, I can't do it because of that. And then one of the last things to think is, well, I just don't have enough time. Well, we would have had we just got up and done what we needed to do. If we would have been optimistic and just said, okay, I'm going to get it done no matter what, I know I can do it, we would have had it done. We would have figured out a way to get it done. And so being optimistic is so important in that area of moving our dreams forward, of moving forward in the things that we really want to do. We have to remember that optimism pushes us to work harder. It pushes us to go and get it done. It makes us think, yes, I can do it. I'm going to do it no matter what. And by being optimistic and then getting up and doing something, we become more optimistic and we push through and we make those things happen that we really want to get done. And we will get them done. Now, on the other hand, pessimism slows us down. Like I said, it makes us think, no, I'm not going to get it done. I'm not going to be able to do it. It gives us all these different reasons. And all it does is it gets us more depressed, more down, more pessimistic, and we slow down. And I think eventually it slows us down to a stop until we ourselves make that decision when we're sitting there after days and weeks and months of being pessimistic and not accomplishing our dreams, not accomplishing and doing that which is most important to us. We eventually, I hope, we will eventually say in our minds, you know, I'm tired of this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be optimistic, and I'm going to accomplish the things that I want to accomplish. And then we get up and do something that will help us be more optimistic, more positive, more able to see that we can really do what we want to do. We have to remember that hard things don't just become easier. They do become easier by doing a little bit harder things that make the hard things seem a little easier, when really it's not that the hard things got easier, it's just that our ability to accomplish the hard things improved. So, I hope that we can use these tips and that we can choose to be optimistic today, and that we can go out and discover the power of being happy today. You know, there is great power in being happy. There's great power in being optimistic, in deciding that we can do what we want to do if that's really what we want to do. So, I hope that you go out and you will discover the power today of being optimistic. Use it to its best power, you know, make it work. I know you can. Use that imaginative brain of yours and do something today that will bless your life to be more optimistic tomorrow.